Hi friends, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about going from scientific notation to standard form or standard notation. Scientific notation is denoted by having this first guy must be greater than 1, less than 10. All you really need to know is you have to have one digit in front of your decimal here. So that's scientific notation. And then we do times 10 to some power. And those powers can be negative. So let's talk about that. I've made a little chart here. Make sure to grab your notebooks and write these down. Made a little chart here that I think will be helpful when you're converting these guys. If you're going to be making it positive, you need to go to the right. If you're going to be making it negative, you need to go to the left. So for this case, 1.5 times 10 to the third power. What I'm going to do is write 1.5, and then I'm in the positive direction, so I'm going to go to the right. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 spots and put my decimal. You'll see that I need some zeros for placeholders there. So my number then is 1,500. 1,500. Let's try that with this guy. 3.72, and now we're going to the sixth, and we're going again in the positive direction. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put a decimal. Let's put in some zeros as placeholders here, and we're going to put some commas in here so we don't get confused there. So that means we have 3,720,000, and that is it. 3,720,000. Now we go the other way if we're doing negatives. So in this case, we have 3.2, but we're going -4. So we want to go that way to the left. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, put our decimal down, and then we're going to put our zero placeholders in there. So our answer is 0.00032. There we go. Let's see, same for this one. We've got 1.7. We're going to go in the negative direction, so we're going to go to the left. 1, 2, and 3 spots. Let's go ahead and put in our zeros here. So that gives us 0.0017. Now, make sure that you're writing these examples down so they'll be helpful when you go to do your homework. Now, let's just talk really quick about fixing scientific notation. So remember at the beginning I said scientific notation is where your first number comes between, it's greater than 1, less than 10, where you have just one digit in front. You can see this guy has 2 digits, this one has no digits, this one has 4 digits, because if there's no decimal shown, it's always at the end. And so these need to be fixed, and that can be a little bit tricky. So let's talk about how we do that. In this case, we need to move this decimal over here so it's between the 4 and the 2. Now, I've gone from 42 and 9/10 to 4.29. I have made this number smaller. If you make this number smaller, you need to make this one larger. And I did it by 1 spot, so I'm going to do +1, +1. So that means 10 times 10 to the -2. All right, let's talk about this one. I need to move this guy over 2 spots, 1, 2, and that will give me 3.7. You can see that I have made this number larger, so I have to make this guy smaller by 2. So I'm going to subtract 2 from here. So that gives me 10 to the 2nd power. All right, let's practice this guy here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 spots over, and I have now made that number smaller. So I'm going to make this larger by 3. So 10 to the 5th. Okay, I've thought of another example here that I think is going to be kind of important. Let's talk about this. It's 0.029 or 29 thousandths times 10 to the -4. And what we want to do is we've got to move this guy over 1, 2 spots, and I'm making this number larger, so it's now 2.9. So I have to make this smaller by 2. You'll notice I'm minusing by 2, but now what this is -4 minus 2. -4 minus 2. Remember, we don't subtract, we add the opposite to give us -6. So this is 2.9 times 10 to the -6. I wanted to include that example so that you could see when you're dealing with negatives, you got to be real careful when you're subtracting and adding. All right, I hope this helps, and we'll see you next time.